Hey, what is up guys, this is Cob, and we've got some breaking news in the form of a crazy ass blue post that just dropped. Talking all about Ret Paladins. Now why am I talking about Ret Paladins? I normally wouldn't touch on stuff like this, but this is crazy as hell, man. We're talking about a full, mid-expansion class rework that's about to go down for Ret Paladins, man. I don't even know when the last time was that something like this happened. Maybe you guys know. I was away from the game for a while. Let me know the last time something like this happened, man, because this is fucking crazy. Okay, let's go ahead, man, and go through this blue post real quick, see what all the fuss is about. Well met. We're doing a substantial rework to the Retribution Paladin talent tree in patch 10.0.7. Rebuilding the Retribution talent tree from the ground up. From the ground up, dude, their words. Means significant changes ahead. However, the talent tree itself will not be available in our first BTR builds, so initial testing on the BTR will be missing important context. Nonetheless, we would like to share our major goals for Retribution Paladin with you. Okay, man. This is craziness, right? Button bloat. I don't know how this is for Ret Paladin. Any Ret Paladins, by the way, please let me know exactly what you feel about these suggested incoming changes. And if this is something that you are hyped to see, which ones you care about the most, blah, blah, blah. Interesting to know. So, Retribution Paladins currently have a fairly large number of abilities, and some of these feel unnecessary and inefficient. We are working to tone this down and have a more focused set of abilities and cooldowns. Okay. Reasonable stuff. I wonder why they wouldn't do stuff like this or identify stuff like button bloat in like alpha for Dragonflight, you know? It feels like this, like amongst all of these things, button bloat should be the one that's easiest to catch. I don't know, but there it is. Next up we have stacking modifiers. There are currently several talents and abilities that provide stacking bonuses, which can make for a confusing and messy playstyle that deals extreme burst damage, but in return, leaves your core abilities feeling unsatisfying and undertuned. Well, as a destro lock made, I can fucking empathize, dude. We have like haste buffs that we generate from immolate ticks. We have Madness of Ajravir, or however the fuck you pronounce that talent for warlocks, where like we cast one chaos bolt and then the next chaos bolt we get deals bonus damage and is a faster cast time. We have like backdrafts to manage. We have fucking, dude, we have Ritual of Ruin to manage, you know, like, dude, we have so many modifiers to manage as destro, man. Like, a base chaos bolt is awful, and like a fully fucking stacked raw chaos bolt hits like an absolute truck. So I get this, man. This sucks, and I wish that they take a look at this for most specs that exist, insofar as that I've played so far, man. But there you go. We intend to significantly change this. We want your core abilities to feel good and powerful when used in all situations. This doesn't mean we are reducing all elements of burst damage, but we do want to make burst more purposeful and deliberate. Okay, so like easier to set up. You press your Swifty button and you go, right? None of this managing 8 stacks of this and then popping this and then waiting for this to proc and then you finally pop wings, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that's what it's like for Ret, but you know. While also allowing options that provide sustained damage. Okay, so yeah. Less burst, but more purposeful and deliberate and more sustained damage. Got it. Good. Cool. Survivability. So this is a big one. If you've been playing any rated arena or rated PvP at all in Dragonflight, you're probably quite familiar with, you know, being in the arena starting area of like a solo shuffle, right? And what there's a Ret on the enemy team. Kill Ret. That's the only communication in your game. It's the only thing you need to know, dude. Kill Ret. Kill Pink. That's all you need to know, dude. Rets die so easy, man. I can't believe it. For a class that has a fucking bubble, like arguably one of the most powerful defensive abilities in the game, unless you're against a priest. But they die like fucking flies, man. It's ridiculous, right? So Retribution Paladins currently have one of the highest death rates across all forms of content. Everywhere they're just dying, like PvE included. What the hell is going on, dude? For a plate-wearing class with hybrid healing, this doesn't feel right. We're looking to strengthen them through a mixture of passive bonus and improvements to active abilities and cooldowns, while keeping the degree of challenge that results from being a melee-based spec. I don't know what this challenge is that comes from being a melee-based spec. I guess you gotta like watch your positioning a bit more in like in I suppose in PvE and in PvP, to be fair. So maybe that's what they mean by this, while keeping the degree of challenge that results from being a melee-based spec. I know there's a lot of warlocks and shit watching this video right now saying, Lamau, these melees think that they have challenges, you know? While we're getting fucking reamed in solo shuffles against double melee teams. Oh, man. But anyways, yeah, they are extremely squishy. We can all admit that, you know. I just don't feel like it should be the case that an arms warrior feels like 3 times harder to kill than a red paladin. Just doesn't make a lot of sense, man. So yeah, they do need a boost. But to be honest, man, the certain DPS, melee DPS specs that could use a whole, who could use some nerfs in this department as well. Maneuverability. We recognize that there's an issue here, and we hope to make some improvements. Now, I don't know if they're just like padding out the blue post a little bit here, and they don't actually intend to make any maneuverability changes to Red Paladin mobility. I, for one, feel like Red Paladin is one of the only melee specs in the game that has fair mobility in PvP. Like, they can get decent uptime, right? They're not a warrior, so they're not going to be fucking glued on you 100% of the time. I find it interesting how Blizzard tack on the end here. Retribution Paladin should not expect to gain the mobility of rogues. Dude, I feel like rogues are like the 4th biggest problem when it comes to mobility in a PvP setting, right? As a warlock player, you know, I'm shadow rifting people away from me, I'm portaling away, I'm gatewaying away, I'm kiting my ass off, 70% movement slows with my Curse of Exhaustion on people, and they still have 1,000,000,000% uptime. Rogues are like 4th on that list, man. You know what I'm saying? Warriors are number 1. Impossible to get away from a fucking warrior, man. It just can't be done. Like, the best you can do is make them spend their gap closes on you and not your teammates or your healer or whatever. Demon Hunters up there next. I don't know, monks, then maybe rogues, but whatever, dude. Like, I just hope that they look at more reducing the mobility of other melees rather than boosting that of Reds, but will they do that? Probably not. I'm not sure that mobility changes are actually coming. I'll just put that out there. Utility. The changes that Dragonflight brought to Retribution have caused some conflict for players, forcing the Red Paladin to choose between providing benefits to the groups or benefiting themselves. This choice can be interesting, but due to the way this has historically worked for Paladins, it hasn't felt right in Dragonflight. I don't know what that means. Due to the way this has historically worked for Paladins, it hasn't felt right in Dragonflight. I don't know what that means. If there's any Red Paladins out there, please enlighten me as to what the hell those phrases, this amalgamation of verbiage, is talking about. So, we're looking to make changes here that allow you to feel good and improve your own damage while also providing the group feel good. I love that, dude. How vague is that? And improve your own damage while also providing the group benefits that you're used to. We're also looking into additional utility improvements for Paladins during the 10.0.7 test cycle. We're looking forward to hearing your feedback, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is crazy as hell, man. I don't know when the last time was that a class got like a full overhaul like this. One patch deep, one major patch deep, let's call it, into an expansion, you know, like a 0.1 patch, or in this case, 0.7 patch. This is fucking nuts. Some of these problems, like I say, Button Blood should have been spotted a little bit earlier. But there you go. All in all, I do think that Red Paladins need quite a lot of help. They definitely feel like some of the weakest melees to go up against, at least from a PvP perspective. And yeah, that's that. Let's check out some of the comments, man. Oh yes, I already knew that this one existed, and I wanted to scroll down and read it anyway, man. Frosty Plus. I completely agree with the chivalry. This guy knows what's up, man. You're gonna fucking rework Red Paladin, and we're just gonna pretend that Frosty DK isn't being like out-represented by fire mages in Elite Solo Shuffles, dude. Come on, man. Like, I know I'm like hyping on about Solo Shuffles a lot and blah 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 blah, but come on, dude, man. Just a couple of Frosty DK buffs would have been nice. It's not like they're fucking OP. They're shit, dude. I enjoy playing them, but whatever. In spite of them being shit. I don't know. I just like pressing buttons that light up. So, we got, finally, Rossies says, God, thank you, Blizzard, for no longer sticking to stuff just because it's always been that way. It's a fair point. So, about high death rate specs. How about Hunters? Are Hunters particularly high death rate? Hunters seem to be doing fine to me, but I don't know, man. Buff Moonkins. I mean, they were massively buffed in the last patch, Mr. DL Burt. I don't know what the representation is like and stuff in PvP lately, but surely it's improved a little bit. Really hope they look at Ret Aura. The Seraphim bonus from it really killed Rets using Devotion Aura, right? Even if they are the only Paladin. And then there was Frost DK with Breath of Sindragosa that is the same for the past 8 years. So I'm glad I'm not the only one who's noticing that there's certain specs that are still kind of being left in the dirt a little bit, left in the dust, you know? What do you guys think, man? This is crazy as hell. Red Paladins looking to get massive fucking tune-ups, And yeah, entire talent tree reworks from the ground up. That's crazy deliberate verbiage right there, man. From Blizzard in this post, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave your speculation and shit down below. I'll catch all you guys a tad bit later.